Laurel with the Dabbling Hook. How are you guys doing? Today is March 19th, and this is just another little bit of a show and tell. I'm squinting because old eyes. I can't even put on my glasses because it's for distance, and up close it'll be blurry, and my bifocals drive me nuts. I probably mentioned that before, but anyway, hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. I hope you subscribe, but if you don't, completely understand. But thanks for stopping by. And for you OGs, I just made tea, and I'm waiting for it to cool off. I just made tea because I was looking for something, and I actually found something from Claudia, Crochet Luna, and there was a couple of pins and a tea bag in there, green tea, so I decided to make myself some tea. Speaking of Crochet Luna, Claudia, hey, I know she posted that she's taking a break from the socials, YouTube and Instagram, so I hope it's restful. I completely understand. You know, life, you gotta take care of yourself. But anyway, I have been trying my hardest to record as I go. I always forget to do that. I make things at odd hours, odd locations, and then when I get home, I just put it away and I forget. Or while I'm home and I finish, I just put it away and move on to the next thing, because I always need yarn. I actually went entire weekend a couple weeks ago without crocheting, or hardly crocheting at all, which is just, it's not good for my soul. So let me just dive in. I always have peppermint near me because I get nauseous all the time, for no explainable reasons. It could be I could smell something that I love, but at that particular time it just doesn't sit well, and it just so always mint. You didn't need to know that, but I had to move it. All right, mostly amigurumis because I'm in my amigurumi phase of the year. I have a craft fair in almost exactly 2 months from today, so on the 16th of May. So what am I showing? I think when we last left off in my last clip, which I still haven't edited the last 2 of them, you don't need to know that really, but I had shown these rubber ducks from Amateur Hour. It's an Instagram pattern. I always have to look back at the pattern to get started, but once I've made one, it's like I modify it, and it's just very simple. But I made 2 in Posh. This is the, I don't know if it's the glowworm. I think the glowworm is a little greener, but anyway, it's like the neon-y yellow color. So, and again, I mentioned I do my own beak surface crocheted on, but, and again, never see the little flyaways until I'm showing it to you guys. But 2 of those. I have been making chicks and eggs. I tried them a year or so ago, and they were okay. I forget why I didn't buy a pattern. There's a free pattern, I believe, on Instagram. It is free. It's Crochet Hook Co, I think. It'll be down below. Hers, I wanted one where the shell is all connected, and hers, you make it 2 separate pieces and you just put it on top, because I know at a craft fair they're going to get taken apart, blah blah blah, with the hands, the little hands especially touching things. So I wanted one that was attached. I did modify it and attach them, but I didn't like the way I attached in the first place. Actually, I'm not sure if I showed these in other clips. I don't think so, but the first one I made was in Baby Bear. I think this is Baby Bear. Pretty sure. But I think it's just like old stock Baby Bear. This white is definitely not Posh. It has slight feel of Posh, but I'm pretty sure it's Baby Bear. Anyway, Both of these are Baby Bear. The beak is just some Posh, but this is a, I'm pretty sure I got this Baby Bear at Michael's, I think on clearance or when they first brought it back to Michael's. But anyway, comes out. So this is the pattern by Crochet Hook Co, I believe is the name on Instagram. And what I didn't like when I first attached them, I just put them together and slip stitch, and I don't like this bump at the this hinge, you might say, on the outside. So there's that tiny one with the small yarn, and then I did this one in some, it's a little thick for Bernat. It's not Bernat blanket. I think it's some Posh, old Joanne Posh that I had in white. So I made the egg in white, and this is in what do you call it? Oh, Minion 2 is playing his guitar. I'm wondering if it's gonna come across again. Anyway, basic chenille brights. It's I forget what color, but it's a egg yolk yellow color. So that's that in there. I think I made the bottom a little too big, or because it's Posh, it's a bigger yarn, so it's just much bigger. And then the top came out very pointy, which I don't care for, but I wasn't gonna rip it out. And again, I hinged close it here, so not a fan of that. And then I wanted to do in a different color yellow. I was using up, not, I was gonna say scraps, but not scraps. This is like a half skein that I have, but this one is a full skein of Bernat blanket yellow. I got on clearance, I'm pretty sure. So I just did it in a different color, and this is some Bernat blanket in the, I think, is it the vanilla? It's the off-white color anyway. Again, it's hinged. I don't like the look of the hinge. So there's that. And then I had some of, what do you call it? The frosting color, because a partial cake sitting at my desk. And again, I'm trying to use up everything so I don't have a lot of partial or scraps. So I did one in the, what do you call it? The frosting colorway for egg. Why not? You know, you have brown eggs, sort of brown eggs. So that's that. Again, hinged. Don't like that. And then I wanted to just be different, and I showed Father Minion the eggs, and you know, he thought it was cool, blah blah blah. And the first thing he said was egg yolk. I'm like, no, it's not an egg yolk. I think it's when I first showed him that he goes, egg yolk. I'm like, no, it's chicken, little baby chick. So I'm like, oh, wonder if I can make an egg. So I did. I just made an egg, you know, boiled egg in the shell. So I winged that. And then I did the same chick from Crochet Hook Co again, but I upsized it a bit. I just fudged with the counts and made it slightly bigger, but I just made it in just a half shell. So it's just in a half shell. And then today, I thought I had, oh yeah, I do. I was watching someone, don't remember who. Hopefully I don't burn my lip. Yep, still hot. I was watching somebody market prep, and they were making the eggs in different colors, and they were also trying to use up scraps, so make the eggs in different colors. So I'm like, oh, I like that. Plus, my craft fair is in May, and I was thinking, ooh, Easter colors, but obviously I don't have a craft fair on Easter, but it's still spring, so that'll work. So I was just seeing what I had. I didn't want to open up brand new skeins, so I had partial skeins of these two. A blue, Bernat blanket blue, again, that I got clearance from one of the online places, and not hinged. So this one, I think I attached this one when I was doing the last round. I brought or did I whip stitch it? I might have whip stitched it. I might have whip stitched this one just to see how it would work. And for this one, when I made the egg, what did I do? I made the top. What did I do? No, I made the bottom, and then I started a few stitches, and then I made a chain. This is sort of how, Crochet Hook Co., the Instagram pattern for these. No, it's not her. I think it's Hook Nook or Nook Hook on YouTube has a tutorial. I'm all over the place. Where when she makes it from the top, and then she chains, you know, skip stitches, and then to make the bottom, and then starts working in the chains, and then does the bottom. It was a little fiddly trying to get into the stitches that way, but I did it in the reverse. I did the bottom first, did the chain, and trying to work into the chain so it has a clean edge was very difficult. So anyway, all this to say, it's a little tight on the chain that I made. So I don't totally care for that. Kind of looks like a dino head or something. Anyway, so this is the egg. I basically winged this one. I made the egg, and it's not hinged, it's flush. And then this, I just made the chick like that. So this one is not really following a pattern, but referencing a pattern for this. That. And then I made it again, but I kind of wrote down the steps of what I wanted to do with it. I made them separate, and then I slip stitch at some point. But anyway, I have my directions of what I did. I wrote down so I'll remember for this one, and I like how this one turned out. Much better. It fits a little better. So again, I just made the chick like that. So very Eastery colors. I don't think I have any more pastel-y partial skeins open. And I don't want to go open up a whole new skein because defeats the purpose of trying to use up what's opened. So these two I winged, and then is that all of them? This one I just finished. I also winged. It's the same chick concept as this, but I made it all in one. It's attached. So I made the base. This is the stash goals that I doubled because I tried using it single and it was just too flimsy, so I doubled it. And then when I was finished with it, I did the back loop only. I slip stitched around, and then I started crocheting up into it, and then I wasn't gonna do wings, and then I came back and decided I wanted wings, so I added wings. And I realized I did this wing a little different than that one, but anyway, it's got little wings. It's all one piece. It's attached. So I think I wrote down what I did for this. Not sure, but there's that. I might make the body just maybe one row shorter. Maybe not. It was kind of pointy, but as you stuff it, it stretches out a bit, so it evened it out a bit, but I still might make it just a little shorter, one row shorter. And then I went back, because when I did the slip stitch in yellow, the first row I did in the back loop only, so I went back after and added the detail to make it look like a cracked shell, so to speak. And I'm trying to avoid the glare, which, oh, there we go. So yeah, I just went around and gave it a trim to make it look like a cracked shell. So, winged. These three I winged. This one, pretty much the same, I just didn't do the top for her pattern, and this was completely winged. I kind of like that. Hard-boiled egg. One hard-boiled egg. Okay. I'd shown that I'd done a whole lot of chickens. You'll see it in previous clips. And this one, I ran out. I was using scraps, and I completely ran out here, so I added something else, and it just looks very odd. It looks like it put its beak in an electrical socket, and it came out weird. different yarns, whatever. I wasn't paying attention, blah, blah, blah. But it'll interest somebody, I'm sure. So that is it for the little things that I'm making. The other little thing, this is one of my favoriteest fox patterns in Seta. I don't know, she had messaged me about, she was making one and I don't know if she ever finished. I don't remember seeing her finished item, but this is the Crystal Fox, Little Crystal it's called. In the written pattern, I think on the page itself it's called Little Crystal, but on the listing it's just called Crochet Fox. But it is by Tim Magic on Etsy. But this is the third time I'm making this. The first time I made it was a few years back, like maybe 3 years ago. I made it in this blush pink color. And then last year I made it as part of my fall hop project. And I think I had started this one for the fall hop, but it was, this is the Petite Pearl. I love this color, this like burnt pumpkin-y color from Michaels, but it was so tiny that I was using a 2.75 hook, I believe, and it's just, my big hands were just not liking it. So it had been sitting since late last year, I think. Well, if I started, yeah, since the fall. And I had just finished the head, and it was in a little plastic bag with the yarn, and last night, I finished it off last night, so finally I had to do the body. This is literally 5 pieces, the head, and you have to do the ears and sew them on, the body, and the tail. So, not bad. But I think it is the most adorable. I first saw this pattern in you know, the ads. Once you go on Etsy, then the cookies follow you around and you see the ad. So I saw it, and in the picture, it's a little white, fox, and it's much smaller because it fits in the palm of her hands, and it's done in acrylic. Not even acrylic. There are accompanying videos on attaching everything, and it looks like it might be a wool that she's using, but it's really tiny. I think she uses a 2mm hook to do hers, so it's really tiny, but I think this is as small as I would go if I ever wanted to get it finished. But it is so adorable, so freaking adorable. The other one I made was about 4 times the size of this because I used Posh. I think I used the Posh or the Petite, no, the Demi Pearl or the Posh is what I used to make it. But so stinking cute. I absolutely love it. It's freaking adorable. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, 3 more amigurumis. Oh, before I do that, I had shown that I was making roses. I have an appointment I need to make sure I stay on time. Okay. Roses. I made some with this variegated colorway, and I have a little bit of almost a full skein of the Dollar Tree Just yarn in this burgundy color. So I made, I followed the basic concept. On the last few, I added you know, points to them. So there's this. I haven't put it on a dowel yet, and then I did this one of what was remaining after I did that, and then I added this the underside to it. I haven't done it with this one yet, but 2 of those. And then this bear is from, I think I should, no, when I showed you, I wasn't done with it yet. I think I was almost done. It was just a little bit of the head left, and then to attach the ears and do the face and everything. So this is from, I believe, Amigurumi Today. It's a free pattern on the website, and it's just a bear in overalls, and I just used whatever I had left to make it. So already tagged, ready to go. The nose was supposed to be a little higher and a little smaller, but I, you know, once I got it done, I'm like, what am I doing? But I didn't want to rip it out, so it is what it is. And the overall is crisscrossed. It's part of the body, and it's just afterwards you go in and you do this part with the strings. So the bear, and then this Elephant I've done a couple of times. This is by, I want to say, who's this pattern by? It's either Toy Story AU or a Madeline Mako pattern. I cannot remember, but I will find it. But I made it in a dappled cake, so you could see the variations in the just all over the place. I love how this came out, one darker, one a little lighter, you know. And this, I trying to remember why I did that. I was gonna run out somewhere, so I decided to just make it look like it has a shirt on to or a vest, because the sleeve, the arm doesn't have any color. So yeah. And the eyes are hand painted by Moi. I just did a few 20mm eyes because I was realizing that I was running out of colored ones, so I just painted a couple of days ago some. But yeah, is that, and that is the leftover. I still have a bit left, but that's what I use to make the eggshell. So I might do another one of those. But, and I've done this one twice before and they both sold almost right away, so. And the last amigurumi, oh, just lost a piece. This is a pattern by, I think, I don't remember the name, I think Ekaterina something or other. I found it through Pinterest, and at the time it was free, but either it's been pulled or I can't find it anymore. So, or when I found it free, it was a translated pattern, and so that means somebody stole it, unfortunately, because I'm pretty sure it's a paid for pattern. So I will, I think I found a paid pattern, so I will put the link to that down below. But it was done, it looks like maybe in a size of a perfect chunky, but I did it in Bernard blankets, so I basically have a toddler, not a toddler, like a baby. Not a newborn, but like a baby, because it's bigger than a newborn. Because I remember holding my minions in one hand when they were tiny, so definitely not a one-hander, 1.5 hand. But it's like a sleeping long cap type, and it's just supposed to hang on here, so it falls off often. But basically the bear, and like I said, baby size. Done in I think this is baby sand. I always call it baby sand, or whatever other color that's darker right after that. And then the muzzle and the pajamas are the frosting colorway. Again, a colorway that I got for like $2.50 at Walmart when it was on clearance, so pretty huge, pretty huge. And the eyes are my hand painted eyes, 30mm eyes, and I just so happen to have that color. I had chosen this color for the body, and then when I looked at my eyes, I had color that matched, which was absolutely perfect. I know it's not showing up in this weather, but I'm hoping somebody loves this and it's not gonna go for cheap, because it took a while. It's pretty big size, and with the hat. And of course I was talking for longer than I thought I would, so of course it cuts off on me. So in the picture it looks like, I'm not gonna be able to, it looks something like that in the picture, you know, with the little sleepy bear with the little, I forget what that hat's called, but I'm quite pleased with it. I'm tempted to make another one. In the pattern, it gives you the option of going plain or adding the pajama outfit to it. So I might make it again, but I don't know if I do all the color changes and all that. I could just do a plain bear, but who knows? I definitely want to make it again, but I don't know if I'm going to make it in blanket because, like I said, it's a whole person size. All right, last 2 items before I have to go. Let's make sure. Yep, time. All right, this is my vet shawl. It's basically my take on the classic granny square shawl with a little twist to it. There's two versions in the pattern now. When I first did it, it was more of the way I changed the center because I don't like a deep V shawl. I needed to kind of be gradual but with a longer wingspan. So the first version, I tried to do it with the V, and then the second version, I made the wingspan a little wider. So this one, oh, it smells lovely because I soaked it in, did I soak it in? I soaked it in one of the wool washes or something, but it smells lovely. Anyway, I had some, and I'm already itching, Mani Pedi by Line Brand. It's discontinued. It's a sock weight yarn that they had. It's 75% wool, 25% nylon type. And I bought it because the colors were pretty and they were at a clearance big box place, of course. That was the main reason I saw it, because one was on clearance and one's like, oh, these are pretty. So I had 5 of this colorway. I have, I think, 4 of another colorway that I bought that I just started another project with. I started a virus shawl. The one thing is because it's so thin, sock weight, that I had to use a 3mm hook. And it took forever. Me and the skinny yarns, my hands, it takes a while. So anyway, I started this last year. I think I started this in 2024, based on when I put it on Ravelry. And, you know, I pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, and I finally just finished it. No, I actually finished it, I think, at the end of the year or the beginning of this year. And I was debating whether or not I was going to add more to it with the different colorways, but it just wasn't. I hemmed and hawed for a long time, and it just decided no. This is very kind of a Halloween-y, Joker, Harley Quinn-y colorway. I don't know why, that's the vibe it's giving me, but definitely Halloween-y colors. A moody Halloween-y colors. It's got oranges, greens, purples, very Halloween colors. But you can tell where, you know, the colors pooled in certain areas. Like there's more green and blues, or green and purples here, and more of the oranges and greens over here. But I blocked it so it gained a little volume. One of the reasons I was contemplating adding on, because it just looks so small, but blocking it helped a lot. And usually I steam block things, but this one I soaked it for a good while and then blocked it. So it's finally finished. It's definitely a shawlette size, but look at that. It's just that perfect pop of color for, you know, those dreary fall days. It's perfect. And I thought it would be like itchy, but it's not. And I think soaking it helped. So there's that. Ugh. I love it, but I would love to do it again, but the skinny yarn, yeah. So, and I lamented the whole time with the skinny yarn because it took so long to finish, you know, 2 years almost. And what do? I need to use up the other colorways that I have. I think I have one other Mani Pedi colorway. And I also have some, what's the other sock yarn? Patton's Croy. I bought some of that too that I have to use. Even though they both say number 2, this one is definitely much thinner than the Patton's Croy. But I started a virus shawl with the other Mani Pedi colorway, so it might be another long haul. And this one was just, you know, basic double crochet granny stitches. You know, the virus shawl is a 4-row repeat, so it's testing me with the skinniness of the yarn. Okay, the last thing is perfect temperature now. The last thing is another, I'm pretty sure I showed you the last 2 shawls that I finished, which were Williston shawl. That was the very first shawl I followed a pattern for that I did. I think it might even have been the first shawl that I made. It's definitely the first shawl I put on Ravelry. Oh, hi, bro. And when I did it, either they changed the pattern since then or I misread it. Probably I misread it at the time since it was my first shawl. So when I first did it, I didn't increase at the beginning. So it has a very, not square, but more, not elongated look to it. And it's the shawl I have on my desk right now. So when I made it the second time, I modified it as well, where I increased per the pattern, but one row I did the pattern increase, and then the next row I did a 3 double crochet increase instead of the 2 double crochet increase, just to elongate again. I need that wingspan to be able to wrap. The second time I did it, the third time I did it per the pattern, just doing the regular increases, and this time I did it again the way I did it the first time. And I ended up using 4 cakes of yarns between the 2 others that I made, Stash Gone. And this one I had, I think this was my Myra and Ashley, Florida. I think you guys sent that to me. But it is Premier. I'm pretty sure it was you guys who sent it to me. There were 5 skeins of this Premier yarn, and I forget what the colorway it was, but I ended up getting to use them all, and it's a very good size. And again, you can see where the colorway, the color's pooled. Lighter on this side, darker on that side, or more saturated on that side. So very big covers. This way, the way I did it, I think wrong. I think it lays better. It hangs over and it stays put. So, oh, love it. Not my colorway, but it'll be for somebody. So yeah. Now I have shawls for inventory. I do love making a shawl though. I do. I do. So that's where I am. Hopefully I will get a chance this weekend, probably not, to edit the other 2 sets of videos that I've recorded, and we'll see. But on that note, I gotta get ready for my appointment. Oh yeah, good timing. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.